Hey, I'm Bomani and I'm live in the den. My main man Miles, Sled, Mr. 4100. I'm gonna give him 100. I'm talking. And my main man Wings World, man. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and share, please. Salute.
Back live in the den, man, with my co-host, Big Happy Sled, Mr. 4000. He up to 4,000 now. Wow. My main man Wings World giving you that South Central look today. Yeah. That's a sign you need to take that shit out your hair. Cut that shit, Wing. I mean, that's a bad hair day, Wing.
It's not good.
That hot ass scarf.
He's fresh.
4,000. He's fresh. 4,000.
Yeah, Mr. 4,000. You up to 4,000?
No, man.
Mr. 4,000?
Mr. Crip and Blood, I mean. I'm sorry.
That's South Central. Mr. Long Beach.
Mr. Long Beach. Mr. Long Beach, y'all.
We ain't got no sponsor today. We ain't got no sponsor. Who sponsored you today?
Goals.
Back live in the den, man. We all man.
Got one on the hat.
Bomani, man, he telling y'all this magnificent story, man.
He got something else.
Back up. Go ahead, Wayne.
So Bomani, this is what I want to know. So in this day and age, 23% of America lives in single parent household. Tell me, how did that affect you? Come back.
I can say it affect me kind of hard in a sense, but when you're a kid, you don't know nothing about that, right? So I didn't know nothing about that. I had the type of mother that, like, she told me to go outside, so I was raised from outside. Right. You know what I'm saying? Only time I had to be in the house was when the lights came on. You know, and I thought I was like, it was fun to me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really realize the importance of having like a mom and a dad in your household, like the difference that it makes, you know. And I like to say too, because a lot of people say, well, the mom and the dad got to be in the household. Well, they got to be productive, right? Because if they both in the household but they unproductive, then it's just like having nobody in the household. So if you have some productive adults in your household, that's the key, more or less, the parents aspect of it. But just having some productive members in your household altogether.
So how is like going to school? So like, because I can relate to you, because like in elementary school, so I could talk to my father every time I wanted to, whatever, but he wasn't physically with us. So I was raised by my mom. My parents got married till I was 12. So not seeing my father on a day-to-day basis, I threw 10 times in school. How was going to school with you?
No, that was, you know, that was one of my biggest resentments. You know, not knowing who my father was. You know, not having a man to talk to. You know, thank God for the boys' club. You know what I'm saying?
Which was right there in the street.
Yes, indeed. You know, I was raised up in the boys' club, and we had men through the boys' club, but that's still not that's not somebody that you feel comfortable with. Yeah. You know, and I built a lot of resentments because of that, and I did not know until I did some, you know, I did some inventory, and I looked back at that, you know, yeah, I was mad because of that. You know, I did a lot of, you know, I hurt a lot of people because of not knowing who my father was and stuff like that. Most importantly, I hurt myself. You know, no, that could affect a household. You know, affect a child. You know, just not having, we're gonna say a man. You know, not having a man to look up to. You know, in your household. You know, in your family.
Hold on, wait.
How was that?
Hold on.
Let the man finish, ladies.
No, I want to ask.
Finish.
Go ahead.
How was that like? So for me, I didn't know. Like, and to this day, I'm
trying to relate.
I'm about to turn 45 next month, and to this day, there's certain things that I was just never taught how to do. Well, I was taught at a later age. Let me say that I was taught at a later age, like when I was an adult. But like growing up, I didn't know how to. At 14, 15, I should have known how to change tires. I didn't know how to change tires, stuff like that. So how did that affect you?
Nah, like I said, I was raised in the
Shit, I ain't
streets.
learn how to change no motherfucking tire either.
Yeah.
But we ain't had no motherfucking car.
Hey,
So you learn like you said.
yeah, I learned in the streets, man. Like, thank God for the brothers that was in my neighborhood, and because I learned how to be a man, and it probably wasn't the best productive form of a man, but I learned how to be a man in the streets.
From the streets.
You know what I'm saying?
So I found out how to tie a tie like probably like I was 21.
That's
I
about
learned that
right.
early. I learned that early for all the changing time stuff like that. 'Cause we were trying to drive when we was 13, 14. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, you know, but no little things like that. You know, as I look back, you know, that could affect a child. You know, because I have children today, and I make sure that they don't go the way I went growing up, but they gonna know I'm in their life. Sometimes it's over, you know, on like going over, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
overprotected, but that's better than not.
that's better than
Being there at all.
that, you know,
Yeah.
and being there as a productive person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the
Feel
most
that right
important.
there.
You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. But
Go ahead, coach.
no, it's definitely a fact.
Boy, 4,000.
Bo, your sister and her father's relationship, how did that continue after they broke up? Did he stay around?
No,
No, okay,
no,
so
he
he
went
did it.
back to Ohio.
Boom.
So it was just, like I said, I was the man in the house with no other male figures in my family. It was just me, my sister, and my mother in DC.
Yeah.
So I remember growing up, and a lot of my friends first they had fathers in their household. I used to get jealous of that. Then they had bigger brothers and uncles and stuff like that. I couldn't run and go tell nobody nothing. I was, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, I had to stand on, you know what I'm saying, stand up. And I like to tell people, man, I had that type of mother though, thank God for my mother. She was a little gangster, man. She used to tell me, Bo, don't come running in this house talking about somebody beating you up.
You had to be.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to whoop you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to whoop your ass. That's what she used to tell me. So I remember I used to get in the stuff, and I'd be scared to death, and I'd be running home. And before I knock on the door, I think about what my mother told me, and then I start chasing their ass. You know what I'm saying?
My big brother never used to tell us that same shit.
You know?
They're not coming here because we're going to make you go out there and fight him.
Yeah, so.
Take this ass whipping or you go out there and rumble. So yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, so I didn't have no, like, it wasn't no room for me to be I couldn't be, I don't like to say sucker, but I could not be no sucker because I had to step up. I couldn't run to nobody and tell nobody nothing because I ain't had no family, you know, but I adopted a lot of people though, growing up. Like, I made people my brothers, made people fathers and stuff, my dads and moms and stuff like that, so that's how I got, you know what I'm saying, through, you know.
So through the Boys and Girls Club, you got into sports. Did that go into your high school years too, doing the same thing?
Most definitely.
So let's talk about your high school years.
So yeah, the boys club, that was my heart and soul. The first day I went up to boys club, I was like 8 years old. And I think I went up there every day, and I'm 11, I went up there every day until I was too old to play sports. So that was like 18, 17 years old.
Okay, every day. Wow.
Every day, yeah. I play every sport up there that they had. By the time I got to high school, I played 16 and on a basketball team for number 11. After I was too old to play 16 and under, then I played varsity for Blue the next year. And I got introduced to high school sports through that experience right there. You know, I played for one of the Oaks up at Blue that year. We didn't even have a gym. They was reconstructing Blue Gym at that time, so we was practicing up number 11. You know?
That's your home court.
Yeah, that was the gym in high school history
Yes,
back
indeed.
then. The ceiling was fucked up, everything, the whole situation was fucked up.
Yeah, so I remember being excited to play high school ball, but I had a lot of problems though, you know, in my household. Because by this time I had left my mom's house.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I left my mom's house. I guess I was 16 years old. cause my mom had her demons and stuff, and we got into an argument one time, and I really felt like I wanted to hit my mom. So instead of hitting my mom, I like hit the window. And she said, "Oh hell no!" And she called the police, and I knew when she called the police, it's time for me to go. And my initial thing was to just pack my stuff and just go anywhere, but a good friend of mine, you know him as TJ, his mom took me in, and I moved in with them. And I finished, I was able to continue school and finish school just like that.
That was a true blessing there.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, TJ. That's my man Moby Doo, what did you call TJ?
Man.
Rest in peace, man. That's a blessing right there that his folks did that, man. A lot of people don't know back then, that's how that South Side was.
Yeah.
Family. Everybody was family.
Everybody was family.
It ain't fucking all crazy like it is now. Somebody put you out, somebody saw you hungry. My friends' mothers used to pull me in, hey, give me a sandwich here, and we ate, but we didn't eat in between when I was growing up. You had your breakfast, no lunch, unless you was in school, and then dinner. That's how we rocked.
Yeah, I was school breakfast, school lunch, and dinner. I should wake people up. I should let people know, I don't care what we done the night before, because I was a bad little kid. I was
we used to meet in the alley, and after we ate our motherfucking oatmeal in the house, we in the alley, we going to school, and get them motherfucking Frosted Flakes, and the Raisin Bran, whatever breakfast they were serving back then. So coming up, what said you feel?
No, I mostly we were talking about as far as high school and getting into the sports and how that was. You played for Wanda Oaks.
Yeah, I played for Wanda Oaks, and then my next year, after I finished my first year, I was telling Miles earlier, it was Summer League came back around, and we played Spingarn. And after the game, after the season, my bad, after the season, this wasn't in Summer League yet. After the season, I ended up running into the Spingarn assistant coach, Richard Mallon, and he seen me and he remembered me. He was like, "Hey, you play with Blue and stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "How you like it over there?" And I'm like, like, "Man, you should come on over Spingarn. Man, we need somebody like you." And he just started pouring all this love into me. And I was like, "Man, okay." And I think I know, man, I'm telling you, things happen for a reason. I went to Baloo. I owed a lot of books because I never returned all my books. So I owed a lot of money for my books. And I remember the clerk in the book office. I told her that I was trying to transfer out of Baloo to go to Spingarn. And she had a receipt of how much money I owed. I hope this don't get her in trouble. I don't remember it like that. But I remember she said, you leaving out of here? I said, yeah, man. She tore that receipt up and said, "Go ahead, baby. I wish you luck."
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, wow. And I transferred to Spingarn my last year. And went up there and did good up there, man. I did pretty good at Spingarn. That's the best year I ever had in school. I went to school every day, did all my work. Because Baloo, I wasn't doing no work.
Okay.
It was just passing you just because you're on the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't get that lucky, boy. I got cut in my senior year, and Baloo's still suffering from that. Wrapped up another segment, man. Live in the den with Bomani. It's getting ready to get deep. It's getting ready to get deep now. We getting ready to get into Bomani's story. We'll be right back here in a few. Live in the den with my man Bomani and Mr. 4000, allegedly.